The movie begins in Colombia at the mansion of a baron for the sale of illegal substances. The man meets Elijah Clark and tells him that his son Geronimo was able to convince him that technology is a more interesting trade item. The conversation is secretly monitored by armed men. Using his device, the young man remotely shoots down an airplane. Geronimo's father offers a deal, but Elijah decides that it is more profitable to just kill everyone. Hearing gunshots, the authorities raid the mansion. Elijah tries to get the device, but in the turmoil it is almost impossible and he is forced to leave with nothing. In the end, the disc goes to intelligence agent Luis Rojas. The action moves to Virginia. The CIA learns that Rojas is demanding $3 million for the device he found. Marx decides to send his agent to meet Luis in Paris, and chooses Mace for this. The girl goes on a mission with Nick Fowler, and asks why they did not send a larger group on such an important case. The man explains that a simple exchange does not require such costs, because Rojas just wants to disappear with his family. The heroes continue to make a plan of action, and Nick informs that they need to pretend to be newlyweds. The man persistently offers Mace to get closer, and eventually the girl agrees. The next day, the couple goes on a mission and meet Rojas in a cafe. However, the exchange is thwarted as the girl working at the cafe unexpectedly steals a bag of money. It is actually a German intelligence agent, Marie Schmidt. Mace and Nick notice that the backpack is missing and go in pursuit. Marie hops on her motorcycle, but that doesn't stop her adversary and she continues to pursue the money grabber. The German spy tries to ride into an underpass, but Mace knocks her down with a well-aimed shot. Marie tries to jump into the subway car, but fails. Mace realizes that the kidnapper has decided to flee through the tunnel. Meanwhile, Nick is in pursuit of Rojas. A fight breaks out between the men in an alley, and Luis manages to escape. While trying to find him, Nick runs into Elijah. Meanwhile, Mace tries to catch up with Marie, but the German woman manages to get away from the pursuit. In the subway car, Marie realizes that she stole the backpack not with the device. The wounded Rojas returns to the room and grabs a gun when there is a knock on the door. However, it turns out to be psychologist Graciela Rivera. The girl admits that Colombian intelligence sent her to Rojas to persuade him to give her the disc, but this is her first assignment. Meanwhile, German intelligence discovers that CIA agents have come to meet Luis. Hearing that Mueller wants to send a team to the case, Marie resists. The chief reminds her that she must trust her colleagues, but still allows the girl to continue the operation on her own. Back in the CIA, Mace tells about what happened, and learns that Nick lost his life. The upset girl escapes to the bathroom, and remembers how she spent time with the hero. Mace wants to continue the hunt for the device, but Marx informs that he cannot officially allow the girl to the mission, but she can act on her own initiative. Mace travels to London to convince former agent Khadija to help. The girl resists the offer, and says she's done with the CIA. However, after hearing that the device can control almost all types of technology and communications, and learning that Nick is no longer there, Khadija changes her mind. The girl learns with the help of technology that the mission failed because of Marie Schmidt. It turns out that the German woman's father was a mole. That is why the secret services have an ambiguous attitude towards Marie. Khadija learns that Rojas still lives in Paris. The girl is going on a mission and says goodbye to Ahmed. Meanwhile, Luis and Graciela leave the hotel, and they are closely followed by Marie. At the market, Mace joins the pursuit, leaving Khadija to follow the German. Seeing that Marie has pulled out a gun, a CIA agent decides to intervene. A fierce confrontation ensues between the girls, and in the meantime Luis is seriously wounded by an unknown man. The thief grabs a backpack and tries to escape, while Khadija keeps a surveillance on him. Meanwhile, Graciela calls for help. Mace is distracted by her cry, which gives Marie an advantage. Luis gives his companion the phone, and asks her not to trust anyone. Khadija continues to follow the kidnapper when Marie unexpectedly steps in. Soon Mace joins her, and together they try to neutralize the man. However, he manages to escape. Marie returns to the market, and steals a special department badge from a policeman. With his help, the German separates herself from the other employees, and takes Graciela away. She allows her companion to call her family, but asks them to put her on speakerphone. Suddenly, Mace and her partner burst into the room. Marie immediately points a gun at her, but Khadija tells them to calm down and suggests they work together against a common enemy. Graciel reports that Luis has installed a tracker on the device, and it can be tracked with phone. Khadija suggests that an unknown person is taking the gadget to Morocco, and they need to hurry. Graciela tries to refuse the trip, but Mace reminds her that returning home will only lead her pursuers there. Besides, Luis' phone doesn't work without her fingerprint, so she will definitely have to fly. The heroines arrive in Morocco and track down the thief. Khadija follows his movements and reports them to Mace, as well as Marie and Graciela. The psychologist admits that she is scared, but the German replies that only fools are not afraid. Marie follows the subject as he is attacked and realizes it is a trap. Khadija informs Mace that the thief has given the gadget to another object. The other one heads to the hammam. Khadija informs her that a white girl will immediately arouse suspicion there, so she hides her hair under a scarf and goes inside the building herself. Mace notices several unknown people entering the hammam and asks her friend to be more careful. Khadija is trying to eliminate the attackers when Mace joins her. The girls realize that the courier purposely led them into the hammam to cut off some of the observers. Meanwhile, Marie eliminates another pursuer and continues to monitor the facility. The women eliminate the gunman on the roof and continue to slowly make their way towards the device. However, the courier hides in a large crowd, and then Khadija and Mace accidentally crash into him and take the device. Satisfied with their victory, the girls decide to report everything to Marx and give him the device. The man thanks them for their work and promises that each will receive a reward. After the case, the heroines decide to go to a bar and relax. There Marie tells that at the age of 15 she destroyed her father after learning that he was a Russian spy. Suddenly, Mace notices a lot of crash news and realizes that the device has fallen into the wrong hands. The girls head to Marx's office and realize that he has been eliminated and removed the tracking beacon from the device. The building is suddenly attacked by CIA agents, believing that Mace and Marie organized the attack and stole the gadget. The heroines escape, and the German calls Muller, but realizes that he does not trust her and breaks the phone. Together with the others, Marie catches the courier and arranges his interrogation. To save his life, the man admits that there will be an auction in a few days. All that has been arranged before is an advertisement to show the power of the device to buyers. The deal should take place in Shanghai, and the one who gets the gadget will also get the whole world. The heroines fly out to the location and begin to devise a plan to take over the device. Khadija informs that only when they get into the building, she will be able to connect to the cameras and the entire system. There are cameras in the girls' jewelry and microphones in their earrings so they can always be in touch. The auction is quite real, and they sell different paintings on it. However, it is a cover for another auction on the darknet to sell gadgets. Khadija advises to make more acquaintances to find out which lot the gadget is in. Mace and Marie together steal the program from the strange man, and Graciela meanwhile tries to flirt with millionaire Kasanov. Suddenly, Mace notices a strange man in the hallway and decides to check it out. Marie reports that the lot is on page 3, and Graciela goes through the items there to find out what Hasanov is after. Khadija realizes that their lot is hidden under the name Dragon's Head. Just before the auction begins, Nick suddenly appears and takes Mace away with him. Khadija suddenly realizes that there is no data on the auction leader, which is very suspicious. Suddenly the girl is thrown out of the system, and she realizes that she has been spotted, and asks Marie and Graciela to do nothing. Nick offers Mace to cooperate with him and those who stole the device, but the woman refuses and remains under the watchful eye of the guards. Khadija says that Nick calls one bet but raises it multiple times on the phone. Perhaps the gadget is in a vase, and to realize this you need to get closer. To do this, Graciela decides to use Hasanov again and drops her purse to get an even better signal. Khadija confirms that there is a device inside. Together with Marie, she heads to the place where the device is turned on, while Mace is trying to destroy the guard. With the help of the explosion, the girls hope to break through to the device, but only attract the attention of the police. Khadija and Marie are surrounded, but the auction host comes to their rescue and allows the girls to escape. Mace wants to take down Nick, but isn't willing to sacrifice innocent people to do it. The police arrive to catch the heroines, but the auction host saves them again. Her name is Lin Misheng. The girl informs that the auction was specially organized to attract the main criminals of the world and collect data about them. In addition, Lin informs that the device is in their possession. Mace asks why the girl was organizing the crash then, and gets a disappointing answer. This is the work of Marks, who was in cahoots with Nick. Meanwhile, the young man arrives at Elijah's and wants his share. Clark, however, says that they were actually brought a fake. Nick is punished for this by the guards. Meanwhile, the heroines rejoice at the end of the operation and the opportunity to return home. Suddenly, an enraged Nick and his men burst into Lin's house. The man informs them that he has taken Lin's father, Muller, Graciella's family, and Khadija's boyfriend hostage. Only Mace has no one and blackmail won't work in her case. Nick says he needs the device or the hostages will be eliminated. Lin's father becomes the first victim and then Ahmed. To save at least Graciella's family, Lin and Mace agree to a deal. A crying Khadija and Mace ask Marie to turn off the screens, and suddenly realize that Lin is showing them her location through her glasses. Marie reports that there is a weapon in one of the rooms, and the heroines decide to go after their friend in and the device. Marie creates an explosive device to break into the room where Lin is. Mace nearly falls off the balcony, and the rest of the girls begin a fierce battle. Back in the ranks, Mace starts a fight with Nick, while Graciella tries to work up the courage to help her friends. Marie manages to get the device, but is attacked by Nick and threatens Mace with a weapon. Suddenly, the girls are rescued by Graciella. Khadija breaks the gadget, and the police burst into the room. After a while, Nick gets to Clark and destroys him. For this merit, he is appointed in place of Marks, and the man continues to search for girls. Back home, Nick finds Mace and offers her a drink. The woman says that it is extremely unfair that he was promoted, and she, who saved the world from the threat, has to hide. Mace's friends appear in the room and inform the man that there was poison in the ice. Nick passes out and wakes up on the other side of the world in a cage. Having done the deed, the girls say goodbye and go away. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.